I mean, real talk, this was all fun and games putting this on, but I forgot I've got a delivery arriving today. And if the doorbell goes and I'm in by myself and I look like this, I'm I've just moved here. People are going to think I'm an absolute psychopath. If the contacts fit. Hello wonderful humans of the internet, how are we? My name is Sam Scott-Thorne and I am a vocal coach based in Glasgow. Now if you'd like to meet and explore your voice a little more, you can find me on sstvocals.com. You can also find me on Patreon and various other social media platforms, and I'll put the handles down below and over there. Over there. I'm pretty sure I've done this intro before, but I definitely wasn't painted like the devil, so, you know, swings and roundabouts. Now if you'd like to consider becoming a patron, you have access to things like early release of reactions, you can fast track reactions, become a reaction, the special roles on my Discord server, and you have access to all sorts of bonus content like blooper reels and my Vocal Anatomy 101 series where I talk about the anatomy of the voice. So consider becoming a patron and help shape my channel. Okay, it's Halloween week, obviously. I mean, this is not just my normal get up for whatever day of the week it is you're watching this on. So I have decided for the next video we're going to do Billie Eilish singing Sally's song. I didn't know that this was a thing. I didn't know this was out there. It came up in my recommendations and I was like, two things I love. I've only reacted to Billie Eilish once, and it was way back when I started this channel when I talked more than I do now before anyone says anything. So I'm looking forward to this. Let's just go and see what we think. I've also listened to Catherine O'Hara doing this live, so I mean you could compare and contrast my comments if you like. That was another Halloween year, so that's up there somewhere. Anyway, let's go. Okay.
Goodbye, Jack. My dearest Jack. Oh, how I hope my premonition is wrong.
Can I just say I love that she started with the actual lines from the movie. Like, it's just drawn me right into it. She set the tone for her vocal. I think that's just genius. What a really clever thing to do. Just add in some of the lines from the song. From the movie. Anyway.
I sense there's something in the wind that feels like tragedies at hand. And I'd like to stand by him, can't shake this feeling that I have.
Oh! Now one thing Billie Eilish does is she takes enormous breaths because her vocals are often very, very aspirate, so she puts a lot of air through. So you're hearing these big prep breaths at the beginning. I feel like she needs them because of the amount of air that she passes through her folds when she sings, but also there's a risk of tanking. She doesn't ever do that. By tanking, I mean too much air behind the vocal folds can sometimes make things very tense. She doesn't have that problem. She seems to be able to release very, very freely. Her scoops are absolutely beautiful. Now that's where you pick one note at one end of the scale and another at the other, and you kind of bend to get there. So, like that, for example, that's a scoop. Her scoops are absolutely perfect. They have a very kind of smooth transition, so you'll kind of feel them leak in and then they swell and then they leak back out. She's got this really nice balance of volume going on. It's just divine. There's a really interesting way that she forms her vowels. So, me. It starts off kind of like almost under, like me. It's depth. It's a lower kind of larynx sound, but her larynx isn't dropped that low. It's an illusion of that sound, and then she'll kind of spread into a more bright kind of E, me. So you get a transition off of that as well. Her whole voice is this like transitional sound. It evolves. It kind of moves like water. Her voice is absolutely, or maybe smoke is a better way to describe it, because it's very airy. And it just kind of, it's floaty, it's misty. There's a really textured sound to her voice that is from a pure place rather than like a harsh vocals kind of place. I absolutely adore her voice. So soothing.
What will become of my friend? Where will his actions lead us then? Although I'd like to join the crowd in their enthusiastic cloud.
There's this lovely, interesting vibrato that she's got. Loud. It's quite contained. It's quite small, and it's quite quivery. So it gives you that sense of sadness through her voice. I've heard her do it in other tracks. It's nice to hear her doing it with this one, because she's bringing a character to the vocal itself, while still keeping a little bit of herself in there as well. Very, very, very impressive. If there's one thing that I will say for Billie Eilish, is that she has got smooth onsets almost all the time. So a smooth onset is where something kind of bleeds in and then kind of gains in volume or intensity as you go through the phrase. It's like that. She's always got this like soft start into a push sound. Even if that push sound becomes aspirate and is quite soft in nature, you still have that build, that swell. It's just delightful.
It's never to be gone, for I am not the one.
Absolutely stellar. Now, another thing is she has got her offsets just as balanced as her onsets. You heard that last line there. You heard that last line there. She drew that out until the very last millisecond. It went on and on, but it got softer and softer and softer. There's no such thing as a glottal stop in Billie Eilish's world. It is smooth or it is aspirate. There's not this hammering sound of vocal from her. I mean, she might have in other songs, but from what I've heard, it's smooth transitions, it's aspirate, it's soft, and it glides, and it's just an absolute joy to listen to. So good. The drop-offs from some of these phrases as well. Though I'd like to join the crowd. She lets these endings just pop and kind of disperse. There's this build-up, and it's like a release. Oh, she's so good. And it's such a short song, but there we are. That was amazing. If there's more Billie Eilish live stuff, let me know and I'll go and check it out. I mean, there is, but if there's stuff you want to see... Anyway, I hope you liked that reaction. If you did, please give it a like and a thumbs up down below. And if you want to see more from me, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and anytime I have new content, you will be the first to know. So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me. And how are we going to buy this one? So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me, and... Oh, did you notice how much I love you? If you'd subscribe, or just a like or 3, it'd mean the world to me. I don't know if that makes any sense, but anyway, bye, love you.